Our Highline Voices, 106.5 KQWZ LPFM.
Connecting Highline and our region.
History, cultural heritage, art, performances, contemporary pop culture.
We collect, preserve, and tell the stories of the Highline region and its people.
We want to embrace our differences and similarities.
We want to extend our mission outside the walls of the museum. Our Highline Voices, 106.5 KQWZ LPFM.
Hi everyone, this is Nancy from the Highline Heritage Museum and welcome back. As you know, for me, every single person has something special to bring, and Shannon is not the exception. She is a beautiful soul with a very, very special soul, and I really wanted to just say thank you. Thank you, Shannon, for the opportunity to really be here to allow us to do this interview and be organic about it. Why are we doing this project? Once again, is to connect with each other, is to open up doors, is to see beyond the walls of the museum, but also seeing each other. Some of you might be your friends, your neighbors, co-workers, and so on. And so this is the idea. This project is about connection, it's about inclusion, it's about accessibility, and just having those values of it's okay. It's okay to be ourselves, and it's okay to get to know each other. So, Shannon, once again, thank you for this opportunity. And let me know, are you ready now? Can you just...
I am ready.
Okay, so off we go. Shannon, who are you and what you do?
So my name is Shannon Ramsey, and I'm an employment consultant with NorthwestCenter. And an employment consultant just means we do on-the-job job coaching for people with developmental disabilities. And I also do job development. So I look for individuals' jobs within the community. NorthwestCenter is a great organization. We offer all sorts of nonprofit things. We have our early childhood intervention program. We do 0 to 3 diagnosis of developmental disabilities. We actually also have a hospital program where if there's a I'm trying to think, a baby before full term, the parents are having difficulty coping, NorthwestCenter will bring in some people to, give them some support in that situation. We have therapists that will come into the home, physical therapists, occupational therapists, speech therapists. So besides employment services, we have a wide variety of support that we provide people within the community. So that's who I work for, that organization. I've been an employment consultant 9 years. I have 10 people on my caseload. They're all wonderful people, and some of them are working, some of them aren't. And the Highline Heritage Museum actually has really supported us in helping our individuals build their skills so that when they go into paid employment, they're going in with skills. They're not going in with no ability to do their job. So Highline has been awesome. Nancy's been awesome. Really enjoy working with Nancy in the museum. And the museum has supported one individual on my caseload. They interviewed him and Discover Burien, which is, they hire only people with disabilities within the Burien area. And if you're from Burien, you'll see them around. They're wearing the bright yellow coats that say Discover Burien on them. They're very hard workers. So if you want to, you can say hi. They like saying hi and all that. And the 909 Cafe in Burien also has hired quite a few of our individuals, and they were also interviewed on the program. I think they were interviewed, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, but my story is why I'm working at Northwest Center is because I am the mom of an adult with autism. He's 24 years old and he's also with Northwest Center. He has a job coach. He works at the Safeway in Burien over on First Avenue and 128. So not the one in Burien, but on the edge towards White Center. He is autism now is like a spectrum, so he falls in the middle of the spectrum. He can work hard, but he has poor customer service skills, and that has caused him to get in trouble a lot of at work. So coaching, where Northwest Center comes in, is we come in and support him. So he has an advocate, so he can be heard, explained, because customers come in the store and they just don't understand. You have this individual and you talk to them and then they say like, for example, for my son, this is a little short story. Customer came into the store. My son's over 21, so he can unlock the liquor cabinet. So they wanted liquor. So my son went over to the liquor cabinet and he was slow, so he couldn't find what they were wanting. And it was taking him a while, and the customer got agitated and they said, "What's wrong with you? Why can't you find the liquor?" And they pointed it out to him and he got it. And then he turned to him and said, "Alcohol's not even good for you. So why are you..."
Yeah, I can see that comment. Uh-huh.
Yeah, so he says things like that at work, which get him into trouble. So our coaches, their responsibilities are to go on site with him, to interact with the manager, ask him what he's doing wrong, how they can help, and just assist with accommodations. We do a lot. We do tax forms. We do paycheck stubs. We do it all when it comes to the job. We get food handler permits. We do a lot of that. So that's a little about me and why, and my son and where I'm coming from.
I love
So,
everything that you share, everything. Number one, yes, we known each other for a few years now. And it was not just the recordings that we collaborated together. You actually came here with the museum, to the museum, with one of your clients, and it was a joy just having you every single week for a while. There was until COVID hit, and then everything changed. That's one of the things. But then even during COVID, and then getting out of that, doing these projects, recording people in acknowledgement. And for me, I love the your organization statement, which is people with abilities. In society in general, when you think about accessibility and people with disabilities, they see it as, well, you're lacking, so you are not there, and so you cannot play the game because you are not there, and that's not fair. That's not fair, and all of us has something to offer, regardless. We all of us have our uniqueness and something that not only that we bring something into the table, but we deserve to be treated properly and with respect and empathy and kindness and compassion. And the lack of those values speaks probably not on us or with people with disabilities, but people that they assume that they are okay. And so they are the ones lacking for the lack of understanding and respect and values. And hey, let's make the space more accessible. Hey, let's make more conscious and be more respectful on things. And so I'm always kind of upset more with the society in general on how is the lack of education, lack of empathy, lack of awareness, and we in this mode of go, 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 that we don't even slow down and see what's around us. And I don't know, to me, I'm kind of harsh and loud critic on people that they think that they see things, but the reality is that they lack a community to see that, wait a second, everything around us is something that we are not aware of, and being able to just slow down and do that. And so when that statement, people with abilities, it is so true for me. And I just love it. I just love that conviction that no, you are not going to look down at us, but you're going to look right at the eye of us. And then we got something to offer to the table. You, and I'm noticing that I'm using the word we. And yes, I do, even though I did not grow up with the concept that I'm disabled, I've been exposed to I'm 80% hard of hearing. I did not have hearing opportunities until I was 8. And so for the first 8 years of my life, it was hell. Because like you said with your son, is just going to places where people don't know there is an issue with you. They have some expectations of how to behave in public. And it just, when they don't see that response that you normally expect from people, they just don't. Some of them just ignore you or get annoying and walk away, whatever. But some of them actually get offended and get aggression, have this aggression, and then actually do mean things that there's no need for that. And so, no, I am very strong. And like you guys just, ah, so that's one of the reasons why I'm so passionate about the work that you do, because I do see the difference in what it is to have that support versus growing up with no that. I grew up with no support. And so I see those two things and it's like, wow, this is a great thing, great opportunity. And so that's that. And then I probably will send remind people all the projects that we recorded with you in previous years. So probably we'll do it on this, attaching it to your interview with this, so people can recognize you because you are part of those recordings. And then your personal story as a human being with your son. You know, this is the same thing when it comes to how do we create that network? How do we create that support? It's not just one parent dealing with this. It's not just a client or the son dealing with it. It's not just an institution dealing with it. It's all of us intertwining and finding that the beautiful blanket that we can all come together and do this work. Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Life is life, and it's absolutely okay. Are
All
you
right.
okay now?
Yes, I am.
Okay, good. Yeah, and so the I know that the work in the passion, and I call it passion because it comes from a set of values. When you come, and then every single time I have talked to you, you always come with this big smile. You always come with a really warm hugs. And I know that throughout the years, I actually been hugging you. I remember like, hey, hug you. And then it just feel good. I feel good to your presence. It feels good to see how you are right next to your clients and supporting them with kindness. I would never, ever, ever be so impressed by the people on out there with titles and fufu. I call it the fufu stuff. I'm like, they believe that they're high in a higher place. I'm more in awe and I respect and I admire way more when I see the human aspect of kindness and respect and values, because you're seeing the human being and you're really being conscious and you're mindful of what is around you. And so that's how I see you. I see you
Oh,
as a
thank
beautiful
you.
soul that
Thank
is
you.
just providing a space and the tools and compassion and love and caring for people that there might not have that support without you. I mean, I'm you as an individual, but then also as an institution, and then also as a toolbox of different resources that you and your organization bring to the table. So tell me something. I know that you talk about your son, but what about your clients? What did they give you? I mean, when I met you today earlier, the first thing you said, you're gonna love this guy. Why would I love this guy? Why is it that that's the reason why I wanted to do this interview? Why would I love this guy?
Oh my goodness. I've actually worked in mental health as a mental health case manager and drug alcohol case management. And this job is by far the best job I've ever had. Um, I love because every day they enjoy their jobs. So they enjoy coming. They're the hardest workers. They're the most dependable and I think most responsible as far as what they will do, how hard they'll do it, and how long they'll do it. The guy in particular I was talking to you about, he is just so happy. I mean, you just love being around him. It's just contagious. And he worked at Bed Bath and Beyond for 2 years, and they just adored him. I mean, they just loved him. Everyone on my caseload has a gift, and they all have something to bring to other people. And I find they are the easiest to communicate with. They're the funnest to be around. They're not stressed out like most of us.
That is like, yeah.
Yeah. So, I look forward every day to seeing them. I have a guy I coach at the Union Gospel Mission, and he comes every time. He's like, "What are we doing today?" He goes, "What are we doing?" And everyone's like, "Sure, you can do this." He doesn't complain, never a complaint. Never. They don't never complain. So, yeah, that's why I love what I do. And people are so missing out when they don't take time to get to know a person. We say developmental disability is a way to kind of describe it, but someone with just a different way, like you were saying, of all abilities, just a different ability, a different way of doing things. And so I've always told my husband, people are so missing out. They really are. I mean, and you can meet people everywhere. Someone who's bagging your groceries, and the Fred Meyers and Burien actually hires a lot of individuals. And so they might be doing the cars, they might help you with something. And yes, they're slower, they're a little bit need more instructions, but what the overall picture is they really give to other people. And they give to their managers and their coworkers, and so that's really why I love working with them.
You're gonna make me emotional, and this is why. No, it's. I mean, like you can have a position, a titles, you can have all these things, but if you cannot bring another person to smile, if you cannot bring another person a sense of joy, I don't know. You're sharing to me about meeting this person who just brings, who's a sunshine, and who doesn't need a sunshine in our days? Who doesn't need a person who is not stealing your good energy? It's quite the opposite, like whining or complaining or
Right.
or bringing these negative energies to your plate or being upset about something that is out of your control. And um, get it? Life is life. Am I an explosive Latina once in a while? Absolutely. I do have my temper, but when you find people that their energies are so to the point that it heals you just by being near them, and then it makes you see things differently, is I think that is an ability that not everyone has, and that we should cherish those. And I'm glad that you see it and that your institution see it, and that there are tools to help that. I think that I don't know. I guess I'm gonna be straightforward. To me, I feel at times that we in this plane where arrogance is normal, and it should not be normalized, and it should be more like, hey, we are just a little tiny grain in the universe. Who you think you are to be feeling so entitled to judge people and to be on this position that it's okay to criticize people with disabilities or immigrants or religion or whatever. So this is a very interesting value for me when it comes to accessibility. I have been giving presentations in the past, and even actually in the state level, to talk about disabilities and the ADA requirements in the public spaces. In this case, like in a museum, what is that, and how do we do that work? But at the end of the day, do we have the values to make the space more welcoming and more fair and really serve our communities properly? On that presentation that I gave a few months ago on the state level, I presented many different exhibits globally. And I say, okay, if you're in a wheelchair, how can you navigate this exhibit? If you have, like in my case, hard hearing, how can you experience this exhibit? If if as an immigrant, how can you interpret things on this exhibit? If you have learning disabilities, how will you see it this way? And so and these exhibits that I brought in were from really big museums globally and really expensive designs, and it was no lack of funding that they did not provide those accessibility tools. It's just a lack of consciousness of making things more inclusive and making more things more accessible, and not because you're complying with ADA requirements, but because just the decency and the common sense is, hey, this is for everyone. It's not just one group or the other. It's for everyone. And I don't know. I can get going on and on and on about, like I'm very passionate about this topic. And then, so I'm not afraid of bringing it to the table. As what you were saying about your son with autism, just the beauty of it. I mean, for me, when I think about autism, they cannot lie. They'll tell you things right straight in your face, and I prefer that 100 times than somebody lying in my face. And so, to me, that is a plus. Honestly, if somebody tells me, Nancy, this is, then telling me the alcohol and drinking is bad for you, like, yeah, I might get upset because it is right. It is me getting comfortable in hearing my own truth. And so, well, truth is relative to people, but what I like about autism is that there's this sense of they're just straightforward. I mean, what a liberating ability to have. Some also, they have the freedom to, they like something, and they are not afraid of expressing it. They just have the permission within themselves to be just themselves. I know a little bit about this. I mean, I actually met a few people with autism. And so I love the honesty. I love the straightforwardness. I love to seeing that they like something and just grabbing to it. Obviously, there's a struggles. There is this lack of awareness. You're so into your circle, and the connection might be an issue. But like I say, I prefer someone who's straightforward with me when I'm interacting than going in this weird dance. I don't know where I am at times. Anyway, we got 5 minutes and I'm talking way too much. So I'm going to grab the ball, throw it at you. Hopefully we're going to continue to see you with these new projects in the museum. But yeah, like you said, you are everywhere in the community. And so it's not just in Burien, it's not just in Highline, it is the Pacific Northwest, right?
Yes, all over King County. We go down to Pierce County and we go Sammamish, Eastern Washington. We're all over Washington, basically.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
When was this organization funded? It was like in the 90s, 80s?
It was 1960. I should know this. This is a NorthwestCenter quiz.
I'm sorry to put you in the
It was
spot.
started by moms. It was started by moms who wanted their children educated. And the
Nice.
school system said, we can't educate you. And the mom said, no, there's something better for our kids. And NorthwestCenter was born.
Moms, beautiful moms
Moms.
that fight for it and push it. And so if anyone has questions about the organization, would you mind sharing the website so they can connect with you?
Yes, it's www.northwestcenter. I do not have, but
.org.
Jen Ramirez, right?
Yeah.
She can also, I don't know. I should not say anything because
No. I'm just asking about the general website. That's all. No,
Okay.
as an individual, just the website.
Okay.
So anyone who wants to connect with your organization or learn more about the services that you provide as a generic. So your website is NorthwestCenter.org,
They
I
can
believe.
just look it up, NorthwestCenter.org.
Perfect. So anyone who has questions about the organization, I'm not suggesting go to Shannon or to someone. No. Just be curious about what the organization is doing. You're welcome to go to their website. And I probably do include that on the description in the video. And
Okay.
that way they can just click it and just directly to your site.
Okay. Okay.
And yeah, and so we got, there's anything else would you like to share or say on this?
I would just like to say, when you're in the community, look around and you may see someone and just treat them like everyone else, but treat them with respect
Mhm.
and dignity, and just try to get to know them. I mean, I think your life will be, improved. Maybe improved isn't the right word, but yes, just get to know them.
I love that. Get to know and then open up, be more open to what is around you too. So, Shannon, once again, I appreciate the opportunity to do this quick interview and then just get to know you a little bit more in this way, in this format, and then to share what the work that your organization is doing. I know that you guys are doing amazing work, not with us, but everywhere that I look around. And so thank you for that. And everyone out there, I don't care if you don't like me in anything. I'm still gonna. I need to bring more. I need to bring more optimism to stuff. So, thank you, everyone. Shannon, thank
Thank
you.
you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Okay. Well, bye, everyone.
Bye.
Our Highline Voices, 106.5 KQWZ LP FM.
We envision ourselves sitting at a round table where no one is the leader and stories are heard respectfully, regardless of gender, age, sexual orientation, disabilities, or ethnicity. Our mission is we collect, preserve, and tell the stories of the Highline region and its people. We want to extend our mission outside the walls of the museum. Our Highline Voices represents us all, honoring our past, celebrating our present, and uniting to cultivate our future. This project allows us to reach out to demographics who might be unable to visit the museum. People with disabilities, low-income families, people who don't trust museums, and more. In partnership, we are launching a locally programmed new radio station at the museum, featuring recorded and live Highline's heritage, history, culture, arts, and more. Are you interested in sharing your story? Email director@highlinemuseum.org.